Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Tonight I'll be evaluating Sylvan Roth. He's an extremely motivated member right here. He's new to our club. He's doing his icebreaker here. He specifically asked for me to focus on his acting up here, I would say. This is the first time he's been up into a crowd into a while, so he wants to see how he's doing in front of an audience. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. The speech will be from 4 to 6 minutes, Mr. Timer, and it is Follow Your Passion, which is the first of his Pathways path. So a round of applause for Sylvan Roth.
Thank you very much. And just before we start, I'd like to make use of this opportunity and use one of the techniques that Edward introduced to this club, which is to foster eye contact. Now, if everybody could hold up their hands until I made enough eye contact for them to actually put it down, or when it's getting too annoying, we can also stop. Follow your passion. Simple enough, right? I admire people that have known what they want to do with their lives ever since they were a little kid. Take my brother, for example. He knew he was going to be a scientist ever since he started to repair all kinds of electronic devices around our household as a little boy. To me, on the other hand, this saying has always been more confusing than enlightening, because follow your passion implies that 1, you only have one of them, and 2, you've already found it. What it really should say is, develop your passions, plural. Fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, I've made this my motto in life, and time and again it has proven invaluable. My first real opportunity to develop a passion was in sports. As a kid, most of my daily routine in school was determined for me, but in sports I had a blank slate. And growing up in the heart of Switzerland with mountains and lakes and fields, there were lots of things to be tried out. I've tried my luck to become a little Roger Federer, without much success. I've played Fujiball, not really good at it either. I even earned my green belt in karate. None of these things, unfortunately, became my passion. Until I met mountain climbing. What is there not to like about climbing? It's the closest thing you get to being Indiana Jones in real life. Every time you go on a mountain, you literally take your life into your own hands. The rules of the game are simple. You take a map and you devise a route to the summit. And you have to be ready to overcome all kinds of challenges on the way. Avalanches might rip you off the face of the mountain. Crevasses that go down as far as the eye can see might devour you. Unexpected changes in weather and equipment failures are just some of the challenges that you have to overcome. But apart from all that, what really made me appreciate climbing was the broad skill set that it teaches. After all, for example, group teamwork is one of the things that you will learn in climbing. After all, how are you going to take that summit picture of the group if not everybody has made it? My second opportunity to develop a passion in my life was through my professional path. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when the time came for me to choose my studies, I didn't have a clue what or where to work in the future. But I had a tried and tested method to figure it out. I was going to try out all kinds of different things until I found something that motivated me for the long run. And so I chose a field of study that would allow me to do just that and travel all kinds of places. Guess what I studied? Business. Within the program of business, I was very privileged to do an exchange semester here at the fabulous Innsbruck University, a few blocks down the road. And soon thereafter, I even landed an internship at this big bank in Faria Lima. And apart from the excitement of financial markets, what I really got to appreciate during that time were the positive mindset of the Brazilian people, the surreal taste of fruit in this country, the unbelievably delicious and unique pizza portuguesa, and many more things that made me fall in love with this country. I've added Brazil to my list of passions, and after a long, dark winter break in Europe, I finally scrambled together the courage to once again follow this interest and move to Brazil. I'm now in Brazil as an entrepreneur, trying to put my finance know-how to good use for once, and work on projects that have a monetary component, but also a positive impact on people's lives. And this is also why I rejoined Toastmasters, because I believe that communication is going to play a vital role in this endeavor. Fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, venturing out and trying all kinds of things has proven a very valuable strategy in my life. I'm not limiting myself to one passion, but rather I'm looking to add more as I go. This comes in very handy because, as you might know, mountain climbing isn't exactly the national sport here. So I'll have to find something else. What do you think of kite surfing? Thank you.
Okay, very